After this warm welcome to Oban, I took the ferry to Lismore. The trip takes an hour. I sweetened my journey with the Oban Times, an excellent preparation for the life on the west coast. However, the island appeared hardly in the news. Lismore is 16 km long and 2 km wide. This is the main road. The island has about 180 inhabitants and more ancient ruins than teachers. It has one shop, which includes a post office and a cafe. In this place, Claire and Mike own a piece of land. When I arrived, the two were about to open their new-built bunkhouse.
What do you think?
Sounds fine to me.
You just keep digging this out.
The repair of a decrepit stone wall is a long-term project.
Yeah, it's digging that out and then we'll go for coffee.
The base of each wall is a stable foundation. Stones of different sizes have to be collected first. The big ones are staked and voids filled and serrated from behind with smaller stones. Together, Greta and I managed to rebuild 3 meters of wall in one day. The leisure complex also holds a pool. Mike checks the water quality constantly and strives to improve the place.
We need a diving platform, of course.
But the island has more to offer. Brochs are round windowless stone towers dating from the Ice Age. They only exist in Scotland. Archaeologists can't agree whether they serve defense or as a status symbol for rich families. Stones became my passion. The figures of the never-ending story by Michael Ende aroused to life in their forms. I drew the sleeping furor, got lost in the grass, and discovered forgotten ruins. In the 13th century, Beotile, the girl with the golden hair, lived at Castle Coffin. She fell in love with a Viking warrior. He died in the battle and broke her heart. After her death, she haunted the castle till her father took the remains of his daughter to bury them with her lover. Looking for distraction from too much lover's grief, I took the ferry to the neighboring island of Mull. Dramatic shadows on the cleared areas left me thoughtfully. The promised beauty of Mull, an island so much bigger than Lismore, remained hidden to me. But every corner of Scotland holds its own treasure. After ringing the doorbell of Glengorm, I was asked to enter and told the following.
Originally there was a man commissioned, he wanted it built, and because he didn't want anyone living nearby, he burnt down the nearby villages and built this castle, but before he got to move in it, he died. And then it came into this family when the current owner's grandfather bought it and moved here, and it was a family home, and then it got turned into a B&B.
Disillusioned, I returned to the hotel and chatted with my camera. I first overlooked the cat in the background. Tobermory cat is homeless, but he runs a website on which he continuously suggests postures for the modern lightness of being. In our daily life, we got support from Griffin from the US and Sally, a friend of Claire.
Lovely cake, lovely day. She's so modest. Lovely people, lovely cake.
Pajamas out here.
Let's hope this works, eh? It is just one direction, so we should be able to make it.
With Mike's help, we found the way to the forest house on the mainland. This weekend, Greta, Griffin and I planned to go hiking in the highlands. After our arrival in the house, we got lost in the cryptic explanations on the use of gas and water and decided lightheartedly to have a cup of tea instead. The next day we spent in the area around Glencoe and in the Valley of Tears. Name and fame attained the place by the murder of the clan of MacDonalds by the Campbells. The story happened around 220 years ago, but still to this day, people might say they wouldn't easily trust a Campbell. With the rainbow, Jean arrived.
Tea is amazing. Black tea, like typhoon tea is amazing. And these biscuits, lovely, absolutely lovely.
These weeds could be pulled up and dug and levelled around this patch, and this sort of stuff moved. So that's quite a big job, I'm afraid. But hey ho, you're strong and fit. Okay, and there's soup at lunchtime. So, and I'm going to take Britta up. Everyone's looking so enthusiastic this morning.
You're happy with your job?
Yeah.
Get rid of the weeds and get rid of these rocks. I think the flat stones we put them here for the wall. Yeah. The small one we put them there. And then the gravel.
Also ich gehe bei Wind und Wetter raus und begebe mich jetzt auf Großwildjagd. Möge der Regen Erfolg versprechen. This is a very relaxed specimen. Sure he knows where the best grass is growing. Wonderful example. His flock keeps a loaf scenting. Of course, I am in the slipstream. Inspired by my encounter with the white giant, I decided to locate other prototypes. I set out to explore the island of Carrera, and the ferryman offered good advice.
If you go up there and then you pass a farm, once you pass the farm there's a fork in the road. If you take the left, keep on going right the way around and you'll do 2/3 first, then the tea garden and castle, and then...
The woolly beast, that can only be found on Carrera, is considered particularly friendly. They enjoy to be visited. Generally, they like to form clusters and are content with simple tasks such as guide posting. Their smile is encouraging to the traveler. Only the wind prevented me from reporting the extreme experience in detail. Upon my return, we were forced into our rubber boots. An event in the village hall proved, after a short glance, as not age-appropriate. Since one is never at a loss on Lismore to hospitality, our small group gathered in the nearby cottage for a glass of good old whiskey.
Thank you.
Shortly after, the musicians began their play. The garden appeared in full blossom and made my departure difficult.
Bird and I must stay.